How many of you were there for the previous series of Perfect Health Discovery which we had? Okay, you were the only one. Okay, I'll just take a very quick recap of what we did last month. So it would be better to understand what we would be covering today. We'll take a very quick look. We all know that the human body is a miraculous creation of nature. The human body is made up of 5 layers. We only see the outer gross layer. According to Ayurveda and even yoga and even in homeopathy, we believe in all this, that the outermost layer, the gross body which we see, is the Annamaya Sharir, which is the gross human body. Then comes the Pranamaya, the energy level, the Manamaya, which is the emotional level, the Vivekmaya, which is the wisdom guide, and the most interesting is the inner state, the Anandamaya Sharir, which people talk about but difficult to understand and difficult to be there. This is the gate to the inner you, the inner healer. Most of the healing takes place here, and the purpose is to reach at this level. Any difficulty in hearing? No. Am I clear? Yeah, thank you. So, today we will be covering the Manamaya Sharir, or the emotional level. I don't think there is much you would miss about the first two. Most of us know, we read, we know a lot about the physical gross body, what to eat, what not to eat, when to sleep, when to do exercise. All of us know that. So I wouldn't repeat. We also know about the energy levels or our breathing technique, which is also called pranayam in yoga, which helps us to channelize the energies in a healthy way so that we become more energized. So we would move quickly to today's topic, which is the Manamaya Sharir, or the emotional level. This is that place which causes maximum mental blocks. Now, what is Manamaya Sharir? Or to ask you in a very simple layman term, what is the mind? We use it so often. My mind is this, my mind is that. Mera man khush hai, mera man dukhi hai, mera man this and mera man that. What exactly is the mind? Can you see it? Do you know it? Can you feel it? Kya hai? What is this mind? Thoughts come and go. What are the thoughts which come and go? Can we see them? Can we know them? Can we feel them physically? Positive, negative, absolutely correct. Feelings, likes, dislikes. Yes, we are so much aware of all this. Where is it? Where do we find it? How do they come to us? From where? Where do they go? From where do they come? What do they do to us? How does it affect our health and disease? That's so important. So, all of you said absolutely correct answers. You gave absolute correct answers. Mind is nothing. It's nothing but a bundle of thoughts. As we say, vicharon ka pulinda. It is nothing. But it has the ownership of this body. It is nothing. But it rules us. It rules this body. And there are thoughts, as someone said here very rightly, which are negative and which are positive, which comes to all of us in its own natural flow. But then we start taking ownership of these thoughts. Ye mera hai. This is my thought. I thought this. I felt this. I said this. So when we start taking ownership of these thoughts, then they become blocks. Then they become these mental blocks. So what would happen if they are the mental blocks? What would happen? Haji. Mind, yes. I mean, if you want to know it physiologically, You can say yes, but you can't find a separate structure of mind. It is nothing like you cannot compartmentalize it, saying this is the part of the brain and this is the part of the mind. No, it is not that. But it is part of us. You cannot say it is part of the brain, it is part of us. So what happens? Thoughts come and go. Thoughts by itself will not cause problems. But the affiliation or the addiction, I would say, I'm using it very consciously, it is the most addicted problem more than any of these smoking, drinking. We have these Alcoholic Anonymous and so many eradicating programs, but nothing of such to take care of our mind has been, there is no training happening which can direct the mind. And do you know, why do we get angry? Why do we go agitated? Why do we feel jealous, ill will, or any of these negative emotions? Because of desire, right? What happens? What happens? Why do you want to generate the negative? It's not actually you want. It's nothing in your hand. But why these are generated? What happens? Okay, I agree. Desires. What happens? Absolutely correct. But what happens? Why do we entertain this? We all know, right? I'm not telling you anything new. I think all of us know. Do not get angry, do not feel hatred, do not be jealous. We all know these. I think there isn't anyone here who doesn't know. There is not anyone who is hearing this for the first time. But why do we get stuck up to these emotions? Negative and surprisingly positive, which we never consider it bad or wrong. Because these give us energy. We get energized. गुस्सा आता है ना तो एनर्जी फील होती है momentarily, which we never realize. Next time we get angry, be a little more aware. Be a little more aware, what does it do? But we don't know that these negative thoughts lead to so many physiological problems or disease or illnesses. And now doctors have started, all faculties, all fields of medicine have started agreeing and approving of this. Earlier it was physical problems are one thing and mental problems are one thing. If I am angry and if I have a stomach problem, am I able to relate it? Maybe after some time. Every time I'm agitated, why do I get cramps in my stomach? All the physical ailments are psychosomatic. So says in homeopathy and now in Ayurveda and most of these sciences, alternative therapies, we know that these are a big cause of illnesses. So, how do you take care of these mental blocks? Thoughts will come and go. There is no control over the thoughts. We can only channelize it. We can only give it a proper direction. Like the breathing happens, the inhalation and exhalation happens by itself. Here we are sitting here, we don't know how many times we have inhaled and how many times we have exhaled. But pranayam helps you to energize your resources. In the same way, you can energize these emotional energies if we are aware of it. So the second question is, how do you get aware of it? How do you become aware? Most of us do get aware after the incident has happened. Why did I get angry? क्यों गुस्सा आया? चुप रहने का था ना? चुप रहता तो अच्छा होता था. But the thing has already happened. Of course, there are many techniques. Some will say, count 10, think positive, think of something nice, focus on your breathing. These would take care. Definitely it is better than not doing anything, but it would take care in a very temporary way. Because we do know that people who have been practicing and doing this year after year still do get angry, still do get upset. So then what? We also know that even positive energies, like positive thinking, positive thoughts, they can also be a cause of bondage. They can also cause problem. I am very happy. So there is nothing wrong with that feeling, I would say. But I am very happy, but the moment I don't get that I am very happy feeling, I go into a different phase. I was very happy yesterday, I was very happy the last week, but I am not happy now. So then I start comparing what happened last week, what happened a month ago, a day ago, and why it is not happening today. So then what do? We are going to practice a very simple technique here, which would give you an insight, which if done regularly can channelize these emotions and remove these mental blocks in a very simple, effective, permanent way. We all know so many techniques have come now. One of the very effective and very popular techniques now is EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique. But even if we do that emotional freedom technique without the basic understanding, it is not going to help in the long run. You have got to understand the basic human nature. You have got to understand the basic way it works. Sorry? Okay. No, as I was saying, even if we practice any of these techniques, it's important that we know the basic way it works. In the basic way it helps. So here what we are going to do, we are going to have a small exercise. It is called releasing meditation. We are going to release all the mental blocks, be it negative or positive. We never consider positive feeling as a block. But do you know, like say, to understand, let's take an example, that is the big prison, bada sara jail hai. And I was in a room which didn't have the facilities which I want. Now I am shifted from that room to a bigger room which has given me all the facilities. It has the AC, it is carpeted, it has very good bed, and it has the TV and everything. Everything. I'm comfortable, but I'm still in a jail. I'm still in a prison. So what I need to know to shift from that jail outside. What happens with these positive thoughts, or what happens with our state? We feel, I'm very happy. There's nothing wrong with me. I don't need all these things. I don't need to know the negative energies, the negative emotions. I'm happy. मैं खुश हूँ. मुझे कोई problem नहीं है. But we are still in a jail.